good. Like, she can go establish her own like limited liability company and just go to town. She can do whatever
you know
she
what?
wants.
Well, she has already. I mean, which I had even said on Tuesday. I was like, her subscriptions are going to go up because people are gonna want to see what got her fired. And so good for her. Well, she's raised her prices because
I would too.
She went. So I saw something the other day saying that she's now charging $40 a month. And I was like, well, which is probably smart because they probably know they're going to pay to see what it is and then they're going to cancel their subscription. So why not get a little bit more money before they do that? And so, cash in on it. And some people are like, well, is that, is she going to, if she's not on TV, people aren't going to care anymore. And I was like, there's ways of staying in the public eye. Like Mandy can get attention and get them, she can sell the subscriptions. There's other avenues there's so many avenues that she could pursue. Like, even if she didn't want to continue wrestling, she could why not make, which is the conversation that a lot of people I've seen have, why not make a shit ton of money and not be killing yourself in the ring for it?
Then I think Dave was talking about the fact that, he could see her doing fan engagement stuff.
She could. She could, if she doesn't want to be in the ring anymore. I mean, why not make that money instead of, sacrificing your body 300 days a year? I mean,
is she friends with Mercedes? She can go get into Hollywood, maybe.
Yeah, she could. There's a lot of avenues for her. And if she wants to continue wrestling, I do think I've seen the comment a lot, and I'll put this comment up here in just a second.
Okay,
but we've seen, this is, I hope to see Mandy Rose at Impact Wrestling. Their locker room is more supportive and free to do anything outside of wrestling, like Jordan Gray says. Yes, Jordan is a perfect example of somebody who puts out a lot of content, and she puts out, I guess what some might, I was like, some might consider, I don't think it's very risque, but I'm sure some people probably do. But she puts out a lot of really good content, and so
there's a lot of old videos.
And I think, and Brace for Impact made I heard Mike and JD were talking about it. Impact doesn't have the sponsors, so they can do.
That's fair because they just have their allotted spot on that.
So they could go. She could eat. That's one of the reasons I don't. First of all, I just don't see her going to AEW. I don't know that. I just don't really see a place for her in the women's division. I could be completely wrong, especially if they are going to be paying Sasha Banks. A lot of money will probably be going her way. But if the sponsors are an issue, then obviously AEW is not going to be the place for her to go because they have sponsors. They've got the Warner Brothers deal.
Yeah, I was going to say Warner Brothers already, like, they let them get away with a lot. So I don't know. But
there's probably, she would have certain boundaries, I think. And I don't know that she's willing to concede to those boundaries when she is making so much money. And she
could take like a few appearances on a few indie shows and make a buttload of money.
Yeah. And she could do things like WrestleCade. She could do there's like all kinds of cons that she could do. And she would be fun. That's keeping her in the public eye. It's making her money. And, so she's a champion. She is, regardless of what you think of her ability in the ring she was a champion for over 400 days. So she can use that to her advantage. And so, but I do think Impact would be a good place for her. And I agree that, so yes, they don't have the sponsors that they have to answer to in the way that AEW and WWE does, but they are pretty open to letting, talent make money however they see fit. And so I think Mandy could easily go over there, and I think she would do, would do pretty well. And she could take that gimmick and kind of, obviously she can kind of rebrand it a little bit if she wanted to, but I think she could take that gimmick and it would work in Impact. Like, I think she could probably get away with, she could, if she wanted to keep on brand, I guess, because that's the brand that she's selling, then she could take that. But if she wanted to do something completely different and be like, you're not going to sexualize me, I am going to say what happens to me in my body and how I'm presented. So she could completely change that if she wanted to, but she could continue down that, and that can help her with her subscriptions and the things that she posts and whatever avenue she pursues outside of wrestling. Like, all of that could benefit her. So I hope whatever happens, I hope that she is happy and she's doing what she wants and making money on her own terms. And I hope that I mean, there's
Maybe.
been some talk that she could potentially come back to WWE, but do you want to go back to a company like
I
that
don't know. A lot of people have.
fired you because of they didn't like the content you were posting and they didn't like you taking control of your body? Do you want to go back to that? I mean, maybe they work something out, but I don't know. Maybe if she needs, maybe after a few months and things die down a little bit, maybe she would reconsider. But that's pretty crappy.
Well, everything just blows over, right? That's the Vince
yeah,
theory.
it's what I've
The
heard.
Vince theory of things.